Let's move on to Section 3, Changing versus Surviving. Let's look at the people at the center of all this and see how it builds into the narrative tone of both games. What's really fascinating here is the stark contrast in the cast of characters. Watch Dogs 2 gave us Marcus and his crew of hacktivists. They're young, they're rebellious, they're optimistic, and highly driven by ideology. It's a very colorful, upbeat vibe where you really feel like you're fighting the good fight alongside your friends. Contrast that with GTA 6, which introduces Jason and Lucia. They bring a grounded, deeply personal, and profoundly unforgiving reality to the forefront. The tone shifts immediately from colorful rebellion to gritty desperation. And that beautifully highlights our core narrative difference, changing the system versus just surviving inside it. Marcus feels like a modern superhero fighting a corrupt corporate system. He's got the tools, the tech support, and the sheer optimism to actually enact sweeping change. On the flip side, Jason and Lucia represent the franchise's first dual playable protagonist duo with a real emotional core, giving off this desperate Bonnie and Clyde energy. They're just two people caught in a world that doesn't forgive mistakes. It makes their world feel dangerous and imposing rather than like a fun digital playground. It really proves that while Marcus wanted to fundamentally change the system, Jason and Lucia, they just want to survive it. That brings us to our final section, redefining the open world. Because that massive difference in tone points to something way bigger than just gameplay mechanics or character backstories. We really need to look at this philosophical divide, because guys, this isn't a battle of graphics or map scale. It's a fundamental battle of game design. Watch Dogs 2 built a world manipulated through screens, signals, and technology. You are literally viewing the city through the lens of data. GTA 6, based on everything we know so far, is designed to be experienced through pure physical reality, heavy atmosphere, and deeply simulated social behavior. And by that we mean NPCs having actual daily routines, reacting dynamically to the weather, or just organically interacting with each other on the street without you having to instigate anything at all. Watch Dogs 2 holds absolute ground in creative interactivity and tech-driven problem-solving by constantly asking the player this incredibly empowering question: what if you could control the city? It puts the power entirely in your hands to bend the digital infrastructure to your will. It basically turns the entire metropolis into a giant Rubik's Cube where you are an omnipotent force, just tweaking the algorithms to solve any problem exactly how you want to. But in terms of sheer believability and physical realism, GTA 6 seems to be asking a profoundly different question. What if the city felt like it was already alive before you got there? It's a philosophy of simulation. You're a small fish in a massive pond. The world doesn't actually need you to function. If you put the controller down and just watch the screen, the city keeps breathing, the traffic keeps flowing, life just goes on. You are merely stepping into its ongoing rhythm. So, looking at these two massive philosophies, does GTA 6 finally surpass Watch Dogs 2? Community debates are constantly trying to crown one single best open world, aggressively pitting these franchises against each other. But doing that completely misses the distinct architectural goals of each game. The honest truth, it completely depends on what you're measuring. Because this explainer isn't about one open world destroying or invalidating another. What you should really take away from all this is that both studios are reaching for incredible depth. They're just pulling in completely opposite directions. It's essentially brain versus heart. Watch Dogs 2 is all about systemic mastery, giving you the ultimate digital toolkit. In creative interactivity and environmental manipulation, it holds ground GTA 6 was never even trying to take. But GTA 6 is all about atmospheric immersion. In sheer physical believability, it is reaching for something incredibly deep. These are simply two very different visions of what the word alive actually means in a video game. Which leaves us with this final thought. When it finally arrives, will we realize Rockstar just redefined what an open world is supposed to feel like all over again? It leaves us wondering if the immense physical depth of tomorrow will completely overshadow the digital interactivity of yesterday, or if there will always be room in our libraries for both kinds of magic. Because as hardware gets more powerful, the limit is no longer what consoles can render. It's what developers dare to imagine. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep questioning the world you play in.